A primal need of human beings is the need to belong. And kids need to feel a sense of belonging. And if they're not receiving the appreciation of adults and appreciation of good role models and not receiving the appreciation of their community, they're going to create their own way of having that need met. Gangs do that. Then you're dealing with trouble.
Franklin Field was a very closed community. A lot of times things would happen, stabbing, shootings, people wouldn't call the police. They didn't trust in us, they didn't want to deal with us. 2007 was our worst year. Peak time, there's a lot of drug activity. We led the city, unfortunately, in homicides. But every year we arrest thousands of people. That in and of itself doesn't work. Some people need to go to jail, but after the arrest is when the work begins.
The Youth and Police Initiative, also known as YPI, is a program that brings kids from tough neighborhoods together with the police that patrol them. YPI is in many, many cities, and we're working in many neighborhoods with kids, who have some things in common. Poverty, dangerous environments, there's distrust. There's not a sense of cohesion or common mission or common goal. With YPI, we really believe in the power of community. We reconnect people at large, but it really starts in a much more intimate way. We get 10 or 12 kids to develop a sense of their own community.
We go out, recruit, talk to some of the young people in the neighborhood, and invite them to join the YPI program. And I would say it's a youth development program. It's for 3 weeks, 2 sessions each week, and the last week you'll be meeting with police officers and get to know them a little bit better.
If kids can learn to understand how to deal with police as the prime examples of authority in society, that it's not such a big jump to do the same with teachers or school administrators or employers, the whole gamut.
Young people want structure, so a big part of the program is all of the dialogue is facilitated, it's structured, but we give the young folks an opportunity to really talk about who they are.
We want to teach the police how to do a better job with you guys, right? I mean, you guys get hassled by the police?
Yeah. Like they have a good cop and they have a bad cop.
The problem is there's a lot of stereotypes. The police officers have their uniform, the young people have their uniform in the police's eyes. The YPI makes great steps to break down those barriers.
Most of the kids around here don't want to talk to the police. Like, they have something against them. Like, they don't want to be seen near them.
At first, I didn't really want to do it. I was like, oh my God, this is just going to be another boring program. I'm going to just sit there for a few days.
I didn't like the cops, but I wanted us to stay like in a quiet place, not staying in the street, and just meet some new people.
Wait, like peers, what does that mean again?
Peers means like your friends.
What I do?
From the orientation, we're meeting with kids, and each time we have an objective to get the kids a little further along in terms of processing their own fears, getting more comfortable with each other, getting comfortable with being able to stand up in front of adults.
You're up there in front of the officers. We don't want you to be nervous and jittery and giggly and all of that stuff. So
when Corey first told me about the program, I didn't know we were going to meet any cops whatsoever. Then during the orientation, he was like, the last 2 days there are going to be some cops and we're going to meet them. So I was like, whoa, like I didn't know what to expect.
I kind of rolled my eyes because a lot of community service related things tend to be a little fluffy.
The touchy-feely stuff is not my comfort zone. I'm much more comfortable cruising around and doing our thing, jumping out and seeing what's going on in the neighborhood, versus sitting down and talking about feelings. Nobody in here is comfortable going out expressing personal feelings like that to strangers.
Let me start off. My name is Walter Wade. I'm 15, going on 21. I chose not to fight with my brother because I know it was affecting my brother's relationship and my family and my sisters.
Once they heard how impressive the youth were, they said things that I think they wanted to tell their story. Some of the officers said things that I had never heard, and I've known them for many years.
I did okay in school. I was always like a BC student. So I don't think
And some of them were very brief, and some of them were very lengthy and very open about their childhood and where they came from.
The stories just kept getting deeper and deeper, and the kids were able to hear that some of our officers, when they were younger, they had gotten arrested. They had parents that hit them.
This is like all about like your life, like the cops was telling us what they've been through, and it was interesting because they've been through a lot too. So
his name is Michael
St. Peter. Holy name, isn't it?
He is 32 years old. He plays sports. He said he wasn't that good at it. His brother was better than me, he said.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be a police officer, and there he is.
Junior just told me that his hero is his brother, 20 years old, mainly because he takes good care of him and his other brothers and sisters. So.
Hey Rick, this is Rick, and this was his parents.
I came home with a smile on my face, like I just met a whole bunch of policemen. It kind of changed the way I look at them, because before, they would just stare at me. And even if I don't know them now, they'll look at me, but, you know, I'll always say like, hey, what's up, like that.
I noticed the police officers were talking to the boys as if they knew them their whole life. Like they understood what they were going through, because half of the police went through the same thing all these boys went through.
You're kind of going in there thinking you're set up to fail based on the historical encounters we've had in Franklin Field. It was nice to see the kids open up to us. It was nice to see police officers open up to them. On the same note, it was good for them to know that our only job is to keep them safe.
YPI definitely puts a big spotlight on those resilient kids, those kids who don't let their surroundings get them down, and they just keep doing what they're supposed to be doing, just like their parents are.
They spent 2 evenings together with team building, sharing these stories, having some pretty good discussions, doing a scenario. There's a lot of empathy and understanding and a real sense of wanting to reach out, you know, and keep this going.
Like, you get to see a different point of view.
You guys don't have to be afraid to come talk to us. Now you guys know we're here for you guys also. So you guys ever have anything for us, just come grab us.
The stereotypes that everybody had of each other when they walked in the room is gone when they walked out.
By the time it's over and we have this celebration dinner, now we've invited all kinds of community people in, and that validation is what allows them, I think, to feel more comfortable in their larger community where they live.
You want to say anything? I love you all.
I think that before you can change perceptions, you have to change the way people are feeling about themselves and their community. The YPI has started to change the mindset of the residents, and so that permeates out to the rest of the community.
The boys from YPI, they started doing less things they know they're not supposed to do. Most of them, I noticed, went back to school or are trying to stay out of trouble.
Crime is down. Crime is down in that area. Crime is down in the district, and that's an attribute to Youth Link. And YPI. It's a great partnership.
Your whole team has an opportunity to shine today, to celebrate youth and family. It's the culmination of all our efforts. I'd like to just give a round of applause to everybody on the stage. Everybody had a hand in putting this together.
So there's not as much, like, friction between us. YPI kind of changed Franklin Field for the positive, for the better.